Oh, well, hey, bitch. It's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel, honey. Listen, I came to talk to y'all about a few things, honey. Not a whole lot, okay? We got to talk about Keion Henderson. You know, the man that happens to be married to Shaq's ex-wife, Miss Shawnee O'Neal, now Shawnee Henderson. We got to touch on him and what he got going on with his church. One thing Pastor Keion Henderson gonna do is go viral down to the church. Definitely gonna do that, honey. If he don't do nothing else, he going viral down there to that damn church, okay? It's kind of hard for me to think that these pastors don't be up here with the gimmicks just to try to go viral. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, child, aside from that, we got to touch on Kevin Hart because let me tell y'all something. This case surrounding the whole cheating scandal that took place years ago, very awkward. There are some new details that have come to the front that I am just now being aware of. And we have to talk about that. Okay. Definitely going to touch on that. And then I know y'all been asking about Belle Collective. Okay. Over there on the OWN network, you know, Carlos King show. Well, child, listen. Miss Latrice Rodgers got an issue on her hands and she might owe somebody a good 6 figures. Okay, so we may not have the show Belle Collective, but I do have something on one of the Belle Collectives. You understand what I'm saying? One of them ladies. So we'll get into one of the Bells, all right? But first off, let's go ahead and talk about Pastor Keion real quick because, child, this man that came down, actually, he really wasn't even talking to the world like that. He really was just talking to his congregation and those that support him about him wanting to rebuild this church and get some coinage, okay, up out of the people. Well, it ended up going viral. I guess he was really talking to the world because the video starts off with him being in church first, and then it shifts to him, being somewhere with where a construction site is or whatever, and that's where he lets the people know what it is that he wants for them. So you know what? Maybe he wasn't just talking to his congregation. He probably was talking to anybody that was really willing to give to help him rebuild the church. The problem is that, child, it's gonna cost millions of dollars to get this church rebuilt. And the amount of money that he's asking from the people, girl, everybody ain't got it like that. All right, now let's go ahead and check this out real quick because they're saying Pastor Keion Henderson asked church members to collectively donate $4.4 million. $4.4 million to help him rebuild the church, child. Let's get into it.
That we were going to start over. And yet again, I believe God said, Keion, your faith was too small. So let me blow the building down so you can build what I put in your heart. God gave me a vision, and he said we can do it in 21 days. I'm asking 2,100 people to give $2,100 in the next 21 days. I'd ask 2,100 people to give $2,100. And the newspaper did the math, and they said,
I have to stand corrected, okay? This man is not at no construction site, although he has the full construction gear on. Child look like he's somewhere else in another part of the church.
Pastor Henderson asked his 20,000 members for $4.4 million. Let me even make sure that that's what it equals because I hadn't even done the math yet.
You didn't do the math and you over here asking these people for money out their pockets
it's
and you don't know what it
4.4.
equals.
I hadn't done the math. It was what God had given me. What I forgot to do, that I'm going to
Just because God gave you the number don't mean that you don't have to calculate it. Am I tripping? I am. It's me. I'm the problem. Let's keep going.
do right now is remind myself that everybody doesn't have $2,100. And the Lord convicted me on that. And I went back and I prayed about it. And I want to apologize for not offering an opportunity for people who don't have it like that. Everybody doesn't have $2,100. The Lord said, but somebody has $21. And if you go back and read the article, they'll tell you that the building was $20 million. So what does $4 million do when you have a $20 million problem? That we were going to start
A whole fucking lot if you ain't got the money. Is he okay? Are you okay, sir? Not you sat up here talking about what does $4 million do when you have a $20 million a whole motherfucker. You know what $4 million can do for me? Do you know what $4 million can do for me? Because I'm going to have a $20 million problem too. I keep on living in this bitch. Okay? So yeah, we all can use $4 million right about them now. Excuse me? I'm going to have to run it back one more time without interruption.
over. And yet again, I believe God said, Keion, your faith was too small. So let me blow the building down so you can build what I put in your heart. God gave me a vision, and he said we can do it in 21 days. I'm asking 2,100 people to give $2,100 in the next 21 days. I'd ask 2,100 people
21.
to give $2,100. And the newspaper did the math, and they said Pastor Henderson asked his 20,000 members for $4.4 million. Let me even make sure that that's what it equals, because I hadn't even done the math yet. Yeah, it's 4.4. I hadn't done the math. It was what God had given me. What I forgot to do, that I'm going to do right now, is remind myself that everybody doesn't have $2,100. And the Lord convicted me on that, and I went back and I prayed about it. And I want to apologize for not offering an opportunity for people who don't have it like that. Everybody doesn't have $2,100. The Lord said, but somebody has $21. And if you go back and read the article, they'll tell you that the building was $20 million. So what does $4 million do when you have a $20 million problem?
I think that was so stupid to ask. What does $4 million do? A whole fucking lot if you're asking for the people's money. And you was asking for 21 people to give you $2,100 to rebuild your church. They could take that $2,100 and go help somebody else out on their damn rent. I'm sure that'll cover at least 2 months if the rent is what? Damn near $1,000? Okay, girl, I'm not finna play with Pastor Henderson. Child. If he ain't out here telling somebody to shut the hell up in the quiet, hey, okay, if he ain't over there trying to tell somebody to shut the hell up, he over here trying to dig in these folks' pockets. And then he over there realizing, shame on me. I guess he wasn't getting it fast enough when it came to that 2,100, honey. He decided to say, well, you know what? Let me get all kinds of people, thousands of y'all that want to donate the $21 because that's going to be more affordable. See, he was over there paying attention to Miss Kamala Harris' campaign and saw how she was asking the people for $5 here, $10 there. And then next thing you know, she looked up and she had millions and millions of dollars, honey. That's what it is that he did. You know, let me not ask for a large amount from a small quantity of people. Let me ask for a small amount from a large quantity of people. You only need 4 million. And what's that to a $20 million problem? Guess what it is? Not my problem. Good luck. Okay, girl, I hate it for him. I really do. I hope that he gets the money that he needs for the church, okay? If the Lord gave you that vision for you to ask the people for that, I'm sure the Lord will give you the vision on who going to help you get that done, okay? So we hate that, but we're going to go ahead and move on because that really ain't even none of my business like that, child. Let's go ahead, all right? Next up, I want to talk about Miss Latrice Rodgers of Belle Collective, okay? Miss Latrice Rodgers has been found pretty much, I want to say guilty, okay, because she was using a former employee's photo, you know, on different billboards and for advertising purposes for her company. And she was using it without the permission of said employee or former employee. So I guess the young lady took her to court. And once she took her to court, she ended up winning in court. The jury sided with, you know, that young woman, and Latrice had to pay that girl about $150,000 is what they would like for her to pay this young lady. Girl, if the bells is not going to be dragging her, y'all know Miss Sophia be so wishy and washy. Y'all know Miss Letitia definitely likes the son, Miss Latrice, and put her in her place and let her know who she is. Y'all already know how Marie be getting down when it comes to Latrice and needing people to know, like, you ain't got nothing on me because I have plenty of methadone clinics around this bitch and I'm getting plenty of coins. I'm not losing coins in the same way that you is losing them. So, you know, Marie them going to be on her arse, okay? But I feel like Marie may have some legal trouble herself. I feel like she may have mentioned. And I could be wrong. I want to put that on that lady. But listen, when it comes to this is actual factual. This came on the news in Mississippi. The ladies on the Belle Collective show is definitely going to be on Latrice's tail this season, especially after the way things things transpired last season and during the reunion, and how she was ready to really go at everybody and throw them hands for real, okay? But let us go ahead and check out what this news report is saying about, Miss Latrice and who she owe and why she owe and how much she owe and all of that, okay? So let's get into it.
A former employee for using photos of her to promote her business without the woman's permission. 3 News Side's Morgan Harris spoke exclusively with Ada Green, the woman behind the photos, and her attorneys. Morgan, tell us more.
So Howard, there's no disputing that Ada Green's pictures were everywhere, from billboards to vending machines to promote Goddess Links, a hair extension company owned by Belle Collective star Latrice Rodgers. Green says she worked for Rodgers for 6 years and never received a dime for being the face of the business. Now you're looking at photos that were shown in court by Green's attorneys. She claims her fight to be compensated for these images began after Rodgers accused her of stealing and then fired her. Both Green and her attorneys are sharing their side of the story exclusively with 3 on Your Side.
Not you done accused the girl of stealing, fired her, and you over here using her damn images and stuff without her damn knowledge or her permission, shall I say? Latrice, now girl, you may have been a piece of wrong for that, girl. You was wrong for that. Then done fire the girl, accused her of stealing. Child, listen, if this ain't some type of payback, I hate to say it, if you was over there doing Miss Ma'am wrong. Good, let's keep going. You better hurry up and try and get that branding together, that marketing together, so this don't take no blow to your business in any fashion.
During the trial last week, a jury found the Belle Collective star intentionally used Ada Green's likeness or photograph for business purposes without her permission. Now Rodgers has to pay Green $150,000. Green's attorneys say testimony during the trial proved the reality star used her former employee as an undocumented worker.
Not undocumented work.
While Ada remained in her current condition, as we know, Miss Rodgers became a multimillionaire, and Ada was the face of this company. This is their testimony, that Ada was the face of this company, and yet she was never compensated for being the face.
I was everywhere, no matter where you seen or where you picked up any flyer or business card from Goddess Links, my face was there.
Oh, wow.
Out to Latrice Rodgers' attorneys for comment. I was told they would be in court tomorrow and would have a response to our story on Thursday. Coming up tonight at 10, hear more of Ada Green's story.
I wonder, are they going to respond, and what exactly are they going to say? Are you guys going to try to appeal it? Appeal the amount in some type of capacity? I think it's going to be difficult, considering the fact that, listen, okay, this woman, Latrice, ended up becoming a multimillionaire. Y'all just heard that. So to give this young lady $150,000, I wouldn't think is a whole lot to be able to just go ahead and give that to her. But I'm also wondering if that is including legal fees. Is that, all of that wrapped into one, because she had to go and get this, lawsuit, whatever, get this attorney, whatever the case is, have to pay them. So are you having to pay her for using her stuff without her permission and then also paying her legal fees? That's just going to be real interesting, okay? I bet you let that be your grand old lesson while you over there trying to hire somebody to be an employee undocumented. Hello, you should have been documenting a contract saying that they're giving you the right to use their image with a one-time payment. Okay, not to be compensated again. That is horrible, but that's definitely going to be a lesson learned. Definitely. I don't know if Carlos has the cameras up over there on Belle Collective, but he need to go and get them up. Go and get them up. All right. Now, Miss Latrice may have raised up on y'all a little bit last season, but this time she might actually start throwing hands on y'all in just a second if y'all coming at her about this story here, because that is a bit, messy and heavily unprofessional. That's not a good look, but good luck. All right. That's all I got over there. All right. When it comes to Latrice, Belle Collective, leave your thoughts and comments down below for the people that do tune in to Belle Collective. Now I want to talk about Kevin Hart, because this is a crazy story. Okay. What is being said now? First of all, let's kind of go back. I believe it could have been year 2018, maybe 2019. Hell, could have been during the pandemic, child, somewhere up in there. 2018 to 2020, Kevin Hart got caught in a hotel messing around with another woman, okay? Once that story went completely viral, Kevin, in my opinion, in my opinion, painted himself out to be a victim and then blamed all of the footage and things getting out on his good friend TJ Jackson that happened to go on this trip with him. That I think they went to Vegas, okay? Went on this trip and accused him of some type of extortion and all of that. So he ended up being investigated, okay? The DA or whoever was heavily on TJ's ass, but the evidence that they had was not necessarily lining up, so much so to the point that the case ended up getting dropped. Okay, it was dismissed. They didn't have any substantial enough evidence to really hold it against TJ to say that TJ truly committed the crime of trying to extort Kevin Hart, right? So TJ since has been trying to clear his name because that did ruin his reputation. He went with his attorney to go sit down with a few locations doing interviews, and they pretty much gave their honesty. All right. They felt like Kevin Hart, the one that got all the money. He's in a powerful position. He has powerful people in powerful places that are able to put a pressure on the DA to try to get the verdict that they may want, because it was all about making Kevin Hart appear as though he was the victim in this situation, right? So once everything was cleared, the case was dropped. Also, the girl that he was caught cheating with, that woman also tried to file a suit against Kevin Hart and him, and I believe that was dropped as well. So with TJ, he ended up trying to sue Kevin. I believe they may have. Yeah, I think they reached a settlement. There was a settlement that was supposed to be reached, but Kevin did not keep his end of the bargain. So TJ more recently this year decided to sue Kevin for a few reasons. One, he didn't keep up his end of the bargain financially. And then also when he took to social media to apologize and clear TJ's name, he did not do it in the exact wording in which he agreed to do it in. So therefore, he has this $12 million lawsuit that is on the table, okay? So now that these details are starting to resurface, come back up due to this lawsuit, what we're learning is that Kevin Hart was actually on a particular drug, child. That's what they said. I'm just telling you what the people are saying. They said that Kevin Hart was on a particular drug. I believe they call it MDMA infused water. Okay. Now what that means, some people are trying to say that's like Molly. Okay, or ecstasy, somewhere up in there, girl. I don't do the drugs, but he had something of influence in that water. Okay. Now he said that, he was with a friend. The friend was pressuring him. Now listen, he did not name which friend was pressuring him, but what I will say is it had better not been TJ. Okay, because you're not saying what friend, because if you're trying to say, because see, the fact that he's not clearing that up is a little sketchy, because it's like, we already know TJ was with you. Okay. So are you insinuating that TJ was the one applying pressure, trying to make you drink or add something to your water or whatever, and you typically don't do drugs, but this time you was like, F it, that's cool, just give it to me? So now you're also, this is the other thing that I had, the problem that I'm having with Kevin, is taking the full accountability and responsibility for his own actions. First, it was somebody that extorted you. Now you're saying that you were under the influence of a particular drug. Okay, a friend was pressuring you to take the drugs, because now it's peer pressure and now it's somebody else's fault. You decided to take the drug, you put it in your drink, whatever the case was, and then you ended up meeting this girl, Montia Sabaj, or whatever her name is, and you also met another good friend of hers. Later on that night, y'all went, hung out at the hotel room. The friend left. You and Montia stayed. Y'all both slept. He didn't sleep with her that night, but he woke up the next morning and they ended up engaging in sex, okay? Only for it to find out that he believed that Montia was the person that leaked that footage, which makes sense, because why would it not be her? The thing is, like, I mean, maybe she had the friend set it up. When y'all fell asleep, the friend could have set it up, or when you went in the bathroom or whatever, when you had your head turned, she could have propped it up, and then her friend could have left the room. And then you got Montia in there too, or when you went to sleep, Montia could have went and set it up. He said that, oh, well, I don't think it was her that really set it up, because, I never felt her move out the bed. Go away from us with this. Okay, but that's what he say. Okay, I'm like, it had to be her. For you to automatically turn it onto a friend that's close to you versus a stranger that you just met is insane to me. And people went with that story. I'm sorry, his name is not TJ Jackson, it's JT. I've been calling him TJ this whole time, but I believe it's JT Jackson. But anywho, yeah, you decided to go against your friend that you've known for years and play him out instead of calling out the person that you were with. Like, I mean, I don't know. But again, it was giving sympathy a bit, and he needed to paint himself as a victim because of the brand. You know, he was trying to protect his brand, and you're caught out here cheating on your wife and stuff like that. He needed to make it seem like he was a victim of being extorted, whatever the case is. Okay. So that's what ended up happening. All right. He had smashed her the next morning. He was saying that, oh, she wanted to get closer. He noticed that, you know, when they were getting ready to engage in sex, or when they were doing the do, she wanted to get closer to a certain part of the bed, which would then be closer to where the camera ended up being found, or whatever, or the phone, or whatever ended up being found. And I'm like, with you knowing all of this whole time, why would you continue the narrative that your friend JT was the one that was out here extorting you if you already knew what it was? This is not making you look good, and I hate it because also he's so solidified in his career at this point. Whatever he did then definitely worked, because I don't see too many people turning their heads against Kevin Hart. I see people continuing to rush to him to work with him and all of that, and I'm not saying y'all should or shouldn't. It's totally up to them people what they want to do. That's y'all money. All I'm saying is, why would you sit up there and try to play your friend out? Why do that? Y'all could have concocted another plan that made you appear as though you were the victim, instead of trying to put somebody in a position to where they damn near lose their freedom, because that man ended up being charged. JT ended up being charged with 2 felonies regarding this situation back in 2021, and he was completely shocked. He even called out Kevin's attorneys, or at least Kevin and the DA, for pretty much playing around with evidence. Okay, they pretty much had botched evidence, or whatever the case is, or what was it, like fake evidence? Not, you know, fake evidence is what it was given. It was something pertaining to an email. He feels like the investigators that were supposed to do their job, the DA, whoever, did not properly vet the information that they did get. They did not properly vet the evidence. They were just so focused on making sure that he was found guilty in some kind of way. Therefore, Kevin can continue to move forward in that victimhood that he got going on. Woe is me type shit. But baby, that man went and found him a good lawyer. JT has been vindicated at this point, and he is now suing Kevin Hart. And I think JT, did the right thing. Because now it's bringing this stuff out, and now we starting to see what the hell was really going on. It's not making Kevin look in the best light, in my opinion. But like I said, he's so solidified that I don't even know if people really care anymore, you know, at this point. So yeah, I just think that's messed up. I hope that he does get some of his money. Y'all had already had a written contract that you was gonna pay this man out, and you done breached that. You also was supposed to apologize in a certain way, and you done breached that. And then now we changing the narrative. Now that he's been fully cleared, you didn't want to say. I'm with JT on this. Like, sue his ass. And y'all done concocted a damn email and all of that stuff. Come to find out from the documents that I read the last time with some of the subbies, it seems like the police had came up, or so. Well, I'm not gonna say the police, but somebody came up with, they just wrote the email on like on some word processor type shit, and then sent it. I guess they thought that doing some type of forensic investigation, they wouldn't be found out or something. But JT and their attorney was on their ass. And then the other gag for me is, once the charges got dropped on JT, first of all, nobody was talking about it. Everybody was so loud talking about, oh, he, you know, was charged with extortion. But now that it's been dropped, not a lot of people have talked about it. And then this is the crazy part. The DA needed to hold him accountable for something so bad, because I'm sure they were getting the pressure from somebody. They were needing to hold him accountable so bad that they tried to put identity theft on him, and did not even have enough evidence to substantiate those damn claims. I believe that may have been dismissed as well. If not, I would believe that it will be soon. But I think that he is fully cleared of everything. Y'all tried to continue to stick it to this man when he did absolutely nothing wrong. Let me tell y'all, I couldn't be with a friend that played with me like that. And then to know I'm, you know, it's a David and Goliath type situation, and I come out on top, going up against this giant and whoever else he got with him, I'm on your ass. Okay, now that I'm fully vindicated and everything has been dropped, you gonna give me my fucking money. And if you ain't gonna clear my motherfucking name and make sure that the people know out your mouth that I didn't do this, that you was out here trying to claim that I fucking did, then just know they finna find out with this new paperwork. I tell you that. And then the gag is, Kevin believes that Montia ass leaked it. From what I was reading, he was believing that she did it. So I'm like, well, if you would believe that she had something to do with the footage, and somebody may have put it there before you even got to the bed or whatever, then why would you sit up there and make it seem like your friend did it? Whose bright idea was that? That's not good. I don't like that. I don't play like that. I don't like that at all, okay? I don't like that at all. But that's what's been going on, child. That is what has been happening, okay? JT is free. His name is cleared. He's on Kevin's arse at this time. And Kevin is continuing to blame other things, okay? It went from JT to it being, I feel, okay, the drugs or whatever, a friend pressuring me, and the influence of this drug that I had in my body. I was unaware. And then it seems like he may believe that Montia is the person that may have even exposed it, who I think could potentially be true. Because why would you believe that? Why would you believe your friend would do that over a stranger? Like, I don't know. But anywho, child, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, okay? I just came to like run my mouth just real quick from what I skimmed through. And found out it looks like he's trying to now blame the drug or whatever. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below about everything we talked about today. The Kevin Hart situation, the who else we talked about? Latrice from Belle Collective, and also Pastor Keion, because that's a mess. That's all that I got for you guys at this time. I am Jami, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be